Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence. And today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Judy Moore, who is the Executive Director of the West Virginia Hive, joins us this morning. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Thank you, Brandy, for having me this morning.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So for the people out there that are not familiar with the West Virginia Hive, what is it all about?
So the West Virginia Hive is the entrepreneurship program of the New River Gorge Regional Development Authority. We were established in 2016 through an Appalachian Regional Commission grant, and we serve 13 counties in southern West Virginia, supporting businesses in all stages across all industries.
Awesome. So, and you said across all industries and things like that. So what type of services do you kind of provide to these businesses to help them, come up?
Yeah, absolutely. So our premier service is our one-on-one business advising. And so one of the things that makes the services at the West Virginia Hive unique is that we customize the entrepreneurial journey for every business that comes to us for support. And we do this by starting out with an assessment to find out what they need. So a business advisor immediately connects with them, and they become their partner on this journey. And whatever it is that business needs, that's what we set out to try to help them with.
That's wonderful. So like if they need help with like marketing or things like that,
absolutely.
Then you got somebody for that.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, a lot of business owners start small businesses because they have a talent, right? And then they get into the business and they realize that there's all of these other things that they have to deal with. They have to know how to market their business. They have to know how to take care of the accounting, the books. There's just so much, and it can be very, very overwhelming for a business owner. What we try to assure them is that you don't have to have all those talents. You don't have to know all those things yourself. You just have to be able to form the team to come along with you. And the Hive helps you do that. In a lot of ways, we will connect them with the resources that they need. And we even help them by providing some startup funds, depending on the criteria that they meet to get those things in place.
Wonderful, because I know like starting a business that can be really overwhelming and it's really difficult.
Absolutely.
So to be that support for them, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so the people that come to you are the people that are providing them these resources. Do they work within the Hive, or is it kind of outsourced people? Or
yeah, absolutely. So we have 3 full-time business advisors on staff right now, and we're actually recruiting for a 4th business advisor. So if there's anyone out there,
all right, guys, you hear that?
You need to be looking. Yes, exactly. You need to be contacting us. The organization is constantly growing. We're very fortunate that especially our federal funders and our foundation partners really have a lot of confidence in the work that we do, and so we are growing and hiring. So but these business advisors, they are on staff, they are full-time, and as I mentioned earlier, they just become a partner in the work.
And do you have any additional partners and things that you're working with to kind of help you all out there?
Absolutely. So the West Virginia Hive is the West Virginia Hive Network. And the reason that we named the program that is because we know internally we don't know all the things, right? And just like business owners, we're not going to try to do that. We rely on our partners. And so we seek out the experts or the other programs that offer these particular resources. For example, Region 1 Workforce is one of our main partners. And through their partnership, they will come in with us and talk with the business owners that we support to try to find resources that they provide to help bring in the workforce that they need, and actually sometimes they can help pay for those folks. So, yeah.
No, so it really is a hive,
It really is a hive, and we really are based on partnerships.
That's wonderful. So if there are any, potential entrepreneurs or, aspiring business owners out there that are watching this and they say, maybe I want to get in touch with them, what would be the process for that?
So the first thing that we ask that they do, there's a very short intake form on our website. Our website is wvhive.com. Top right-hand corner, it says apply. And it's very, very easy to do that. You can do it in 2 minutes. And as soon as it lands in our inbox, within 2 business days, one of our 3 business advisors will be reaching out and starting to make that direct contact. And that's how you get your partner. You have your partner from that point on.
So they just kind of help you out throughout the process, starting out?
Absolutely, yes. So the first step is an assessment, and so we'll just ask, go through a business model canvas, which will break down and take a look at the marketing and the counting and, the distribution if it's a product, those types of things, right? And then from that, the business advisor will assess what is, there might be a lot of problems, right? So, but what is the number one thing that we're going to tackle in order to help move this business forward? And then they just start, chipping away at it from there. If there are multiple projects, we'll hit them, head on one at a time. But and the services that we provide, again, we have great federal partners, federal funding partners, and foundations that support us. At the current time, we don't charge for any of our services. We do have some trainings that we do ask for a small payment on, but everything else is free. So why not take advantage of it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So since it's community forum, I do love to find ways to get the community involved. So are you all looking for any type of volunteers or donations or any type of help that the people could come out?
So we are a 501c3, so donations are always accepted. We are working on a mechanism to add to our website. We don't have that quite yet, but anyone that would like to support the organization, all they have to do is give us a call at the office, and we can direct them how to do that. We have tons of events, and so we do call upon our partners to support those. United Bank is one of our premier partners, and they come out and help volunteer and support us, but we're always looking for that support. But also another way that community members can support us is we have what we call coffee talks and community days, and we usually pair these 2 events together. And so when we go into a community, we will have our coffee talks event, which is we will choose a very successful entrepreneur to be interviewed. We invite the community and also all of the aspiring entrepreneurs, but also small business owners, right, to come together to build this support team. And so those have been really, really well received. After we conduct that event, which is 2 hours, and we're already in the community, we will do what we call community days, and we actually go door to door to the businesses introducing our services. So that's another way that the community can definitely support us. And we keep those events posted on Eventbrite and on our website, and so please check that out.
Awesome. And I feel like that's really helping people, connect and also share information, because you have a successful business person, here speaking, but then you have other people here, receiving that information and maybe getting some solid advice. So.
Absolutely, and providing solid advice. Yep. There may be some also, entrepreneurs or small business owners that are just there to support that whenever we get into a conversation, that they're the ones that really have what I call those golden nuggets to pass on to the other business owners.
So it's ultimately just kind of making a stronger, just local business community. So
absolutely, that's what it's all about, because at the end of the day, we don't want the business owner having to go this journey alone. Mm-hmm. And it takes everyone. When someone opens a small business, they're not going to be successful if the community doesn't get behind them and support them and buy their products or their services, right? And so it really does, it's like, raising a child takes a village. Well, this takes, the community. It really does, in order for a small business to be successful.
And it's also kind of mutually beneficial because, you're going out into the community to the other community stores and things like that. And they're like, oh, well, maybe like ours are compatible. Maybe we can partner up on certain things and like make each other better and
absolutely
ultimately make the community stronger.
That is absolutely it. I mean, we've had businesses that have connected and identified the fact that they both have the same problem. They might not have the funds to hire someone to work in a store, for example, right? Full time, right? And so they might share someone. Things of that sort. We encourage this creative thinking because that is absolutely what it takes for small businesses.
Awesome. And I know that you're, right in Beckley, like right beside tech and things like that. So what kind of relationship do you have with them and the students there?
Yes, so we have a phenomenal partnership with tech. They have an entrepreneurship support program on campus called Launch Lab. So it's the Tech Launch Lab. And so we have a partnership where instead of them having to have their own business advisors, we support them with business advising services. And so we work with the director of the Launch Lab. She works on campus to, generate that excitement and get the students interested in entrepreneurship, and introduces the services of the Hive, and then they move into us actually working with them like we would work with any other aspiring entrepreneur.
That's awesome. So like a lot of these kids, like they're able to, but not even kids, they're adults now, but they're able to, walk across that stage and get their diploma, right, but also have a business.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what we would love, and that's why the pipeline is so great, because if they get started through the Launch Lab, right, obviously it's probably just an idea at this point, and ideas sometimes take a while to, really get them to fruition, and so, but they have the Hive now as a student, and then when they walk across that stage and they're ready to actually open their doors, right, then we still stand ready with them, and we've worked with them all that time to get them to that point. So it's a great partnership.
That's awesome, being a consistent presence.
Yes.
So we are coming up on our first break, but before we go, do you mind plugging the information so they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, our website is wvhive.com, or you can call our office at 304-460-4483.
All right, awesome. All right, so that wraps up our first half. You guys tune in to our second half where I speak more with Executive Director Judy Moore about the West Virginia Hive. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with Executive Director Judy Moore, and we're talking about the West Virginia Hive and everything that they're doing for local businesses. So we were just talking about, all the services and the things that West Virginia Hive does locally and for the community. What are some examples or some businesses that we may be able to recognize that the Hive has had, some part in?
Sure, yes. We do sign non-disclosure agreements, but I know for a fact that a local business would have no problem with me plugging them and talking about them. But we have worked with Pinhead's Family Fun Center for a number of years. And actually, Allison Ibarra, if you don't know her, she's a phenomenal entrepreneur. Like, she is one of those successful entrepreneurs that you just really admire, but it has been a journey for her, and she will tell you that. Like, whenever she first started her business, it's, she's encountered a lot of obstacles. And at the Hive, thankfully, we've been able to help her on that journey, moving her forward. We've worked together on so many different things. She's attended numerous trainings that we have, which is one of the things that we really pride ourselves in, is that we offer different levels of training. And we know that business owners work 24/7, and so their time is very, very valuable. And so we do offer training opportunities that are 2 hours, 3 hours. We even offer like lunch and learns that can just give real short informational learning opportunities that are very, very valuable. But Allison has taken advantage of even our most complex trainings. We actually brought in a group with the Food Finance Institute out of Wisconsin for a 4-day boot camp. And talking about intense, like it was intense, but she went through that, really gained a ton of knowledge. And it's just things like that a business owner is not going to have the opportunity to do on their own, right? And just an example of the resources. Again, we have everything from 2-day boot camps to 10-week cohort-based trainings to these real complex, very detail-oriented type of trainings. But there's another example that I think you said we were just talking about Mountain Steer out of White Sulphur Springs. They came to us probably 2 years ago now, and we were able to introduce them to a partner, the Country Roads Angel Network, which has made investments into their business, sizable investments actually, and now they're actually very well received by USDA and are receiving grants from them to further their services in providing beef, right? And there's just tons of examples like that. We love our clients, and they're from all different industries.
That's awesome. And we were talking about Mountain Steer, and I think we actually ran a little story yesterday about how they got their beef grading certification, and how that's really going to put West Virginia on the map for producing quality beef and meat out of here. So That's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Yep. And there were some other, organizations and things that we were talking about the West Virginia Hive has, dealings with and partnerships with, and one was Communities in Healing. I think I've heard a little bit about that, but.
Yeah, so Communities of Healing is a recovery to work program. And, we're passionate about all the work that we do. There's a real passion with our team being involved in this program. Fruits of Labor is the primary partner, and there's a lot of other partners that come together with this. But we actually work with businesses who are interested in hiring individuals in recovery to give them that second chance opportunity. And so our role at the Hive is to help train those businesses. So we provide all of our entrepreneurship support to them to get them shored up in any way that they might need help in doing that, so that they can grow, add additional jobs that could then potentially be filled by these individuals in recovery. Fruits of Labor has had this culinary program for individuals in recovery for, I think it's like 20 years. And if you don't know Tammy Jordan, she is a phenomenal individual that has a passion for this work that is just unmatched. But Fruits of Labor now has a new cafe in downtown Beckley, and there are many individuals in recovery that are now going through that culinary program and are graduating the program to move into full-time jobs and a whole new opportunity and outlook on life. And it's just an amazing program.
That is amazing. And we hear a lot about, fruits of labor and things like that. And I feel it's really important for especially West Virginia, where we've sort of been, ravaged by this opioid epidemic.
Absolutely.
So to sort of, offer people another opportunity to do something else and to, sort of break away from that and give them more of a sense, a purpose and something that they can feel, proud of and continue to do. I think that that's wonderful. And it's wonderful that you all are helping with that.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, everybody can make a mistake, and sometimes it just takes a mistake to pull them into that really bad place, right? And so we truly believe that if they are making, if they're doing the work and really want that second chance, then, we want to help provide that for them.
And I feel like cooking can be therapeutic. It's, an art form in itself.
It is.
So
it is.
Yeah, it's kind of a way for them to express themselves.
Exactly.
So it's wonderful.
Yep.
And we were talking a little bit about Act Now. So what is the West Virginia Hive's connection with them?
Yeah, so, not to use the Hive buzzword, which I do a lot, but there was a lot of buzz a while back about the Build Back Better funds that were, coming out of the administration. And so we were the only West Virginia group to receive any of those funds. The Act Now Coalition is serving 21 counties in southern West Virginia. It consists of 8 different projects, and I don't know how many partners, probably, there's dozens of partners that have come together to do this. The work that we're doing at the Hive is on the project, the Community and Business Resilience Initiative. This is working in direct partnership with the West Virginia Community Development Hub. And so the work is that we're providing throughout that 21 county area alongside of Advantage Valley, who is our entrepreneurship partner. We've split that area. We are providing all of the businesses in that 21 county area with entrepreneurship support. But we're also providing a very concentrated alternative options, like alternative energy for one, but we're developing a green business practices curriculum because we want everyone to know that they can start taking steps, just like I see your recycling bin here, right? It's that easy, right? If everyone was to do that, that contributes to a better world, right? And a better West Virginia and a better southern West Virginia, which is what this project is based on. It's also, there are going to be a lot of other new industry jobs opening up. There's a focus on solar technology and a lot of other industries that we will be supporting and training future business owners that will learn the trade, but then also take on owning a business so that we can continue to see that thrive. But we're really excited about the work. It's also going to be a lot of direct community work, and another way that the community can support the Hive and the entrepreneurship support work we're doing in southern West Virginia.
That's awesome. And I think even with the green energy and trying to be more sustainable and things like that, it can kind of help with energy cost as well. So that is also kind of helping the businesses out if they kind of switch to different light bulbs or, just recycling or things like
that. It can be so simple, conserving water, right, is huge. Like when you're brushing your teeth, turn the water off, don't just let it run. It can be so simple, and the impact is so big.
Yeah, and we really do recycle those. Like we'll pull those out and we'll reuse them for something else. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So I think like a lot of businesses could really benefit from it, and you're not only offering them, ways to be more successful, but ways to kind of reserve their resources and really, help the community, our local community and things like that. So that's just awesome. Everything all around of what you all are doing, it seems to be really tackling some of the biggest problems that we have here in the Mountain State.
That's exactly what we're trying to do. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's definitely touching on that. So do you all have any, more coffee talks or anything coming up? Is it concentrated to a specific county, or is it kind of spread around? Or?
So we do, so the Hive again supports 13 counties, and so we move it around. Our next Coffee Talks is going to be in White Sulphur Springs. We also are planning one in Beckley with Fruits of Labor before long. And then with this new Act Now project that we're involved in, we've just taken on 2 new counties, Logan and Mingo. And so we're going to make our way there to have Coffee Talks before long.
Awesome. And are you all looking out to spread out any more, or?
We are. We have a couple of funding opportunities that are in process. One of them is going to allow us to try to form something like a franchise that will then allow us to work with other programs throughout the state that might be interested in offering similar services. We're seeing throughout West Virginia and other areas that there's a great need still for entrepreneurship support, and especially the specialized, customized approach that we have. And so we're excited about that opportunity, but we also are hoping to have some additional Hive offices opened up within the next 3 years so that we can be actually working within more communities, very, very concentrated. Right now, we are based in Beckley, but we have what we call touchdown locations in Summersville, Hinton, Montgomery, and Oak Hill. And so we